This video takes you through aspects of data collection. Listen for the difference between samples and populations. Understand the benefits of samples over populations. Going back a step, data can be classified into two broad types. There's primary data and secondary data. Sometimes these are referred to as primary sources of information and secondary sources of information, but they mean the same thing. Because primary data is data collected firsthand through an experiment or investigation. In science, that would be the same as conducting an experiment yourself to collect the data, or in humanities, conducting an interview yourself to collect the data. Secondary data is data borrowed from other sources. The data is obtained from someone else's experiment, investigation, or research. In our mathematics study, we're going to concentrate on primary data because we're going to collect the information firsthand through an investigation. We have two options for doing this. In an ideal world, we'd collect the data from a population data set, but it's most common to use data from a sample data set. In statistics, if we study a population, we study the entire group. If we study a sample, which is much more common, we study a selected group from within the population, a subset. Understand that population in statistics doesn't mean exactly the same thing as a population of people living in a town or a country. In the case of data collection, population means the entire group of any object under study. Therefore, a population could refer to an entire group of trees in a certain region, or an entire group of fish living in a particular river. Data from every unit in the population is a census. But data from every unit in the sample is a survey. So these are the techniques for collecting the data. It's important you understand in data collection, a survey doesn't just refer to a questionnaire that you complete. In data collection, a survey is the technique for collecting information from the sample. And remember, the units under study could be trees, could be fish, and they don't have the ability to jump online and fill out a Google form. Here's an example to finish the video. You're looking at the same map of the koala habitat in Australia. The koala population, that means every single koala in Australia, is located in the eastern region of Australia. So a census of the koala population would involve physically counting every koala in the population. But there are limiting factors. It would take a long time, and geography, there'd be challenges in reaching them all. And it would also take many resources. One would need many people on this task. It's more likely data would be collected from a sample of koalas. For example, those living in one area, such as southeast Queensland, indicated by the red box. In this case, a survey would involve physically counting each koala in a reduced area, then extending the findings to make conclusions about the koala population. The key idea is that a sample overcomes the challenges of collecting data from a population, and using a sample, a researcher can then draw conclusions about the population.